Hey everybody, how you doing today? So today's video is a little bit of an update for y'all. There's some things that I've been thinking about for some time, even before our trip, and I've been contemplating and trying to figure out some changes because of growth that we want to be able to obtain and different platforms that are doing different things. So this video is going to be partially a little bit of a wet sold, but the first part of it is just going to be an update on why we are no longer going to be selling on certain platforms like Poshmark, Depop, Facebook Marketplace, and Vinted. And my reason for this, some of it has to do with the actual platforms, and I will kind of go into each platform and to why. And then I'm also going to explain to you why I picked to stay with the two platforms that I did pick to stay with, and the reasons why for these changes. So first of all, the reason why for these changes is yesterday kind of made a decision for me. I've been watching some other people and how they resell. Now, originally, we decided to sell on multiple different platforms just because we felt like the more eyes that we got on things, the better, because you have more people looking at your items. And that has, in a sense, kind of worked for us because we have sold on multiple platforms. But I'm going to be really honest with you in this video. We have kind of changed our minds on that. We're going to do a bit of a test run on this for probably at least a week or two and see how it goes. I was watching a whatnot auction with a gentleman who was very well known on the eBay community. He has since switched to whatnot. And he was just kind of, as he was doing the shoe whatnot auction, he was just kind of answering people's questions and talking about this and about that. And a question came up about cross-listing. And he commented about how he felt the cross-listing was not such a good idea, because if you continue to put everything on one platform, as we all know, each platform has its own algorithm. And we all know that the more you list good quality pieces that are not damaged, that do sell, the better the algorithm is, and the more you sell, the better the algorithm is, versus just listing a smaller amount and getting them out to multiple platforms. He said it doesn't make sense to him to be listing fewer items and putting on different platforms than listing more items on one platform. And let's be honest, it does take more time to list 10 items on multiple platforms and get them out there, do all the detail on the different platforms. Yes, it only takes a little bit of time on each platform, but when you add that up, the number more of items that you can be listing that day could increase. And his idea is doing more items a day on one or two platforms. His specifics was one platform. I've picked two. And I'll explain to you the reason why I picked two. So I talked with Dan about this because honestly, I've been wanting to make some changes. One, to be selling more and listing more each day. And two, to spend more time on my YouTube channel and really get it growing. Be able to put up more videos. But I only have so much time in a day. So you have to figure out with each business plan and each business model what works for you and what doesn't. And sometimes when you have all diversity, sometimes you just need to figure out what is really working well for you and cut back on things that aren't working really well for you. So after contemplation and thought for a while, and some things that he mentioned in that whatnot auction, I have decided to scale back because it's something I've been kind of contemplating with certain platforms anyway that do sell a piece or two here and there. But I'd really like to get a couple of my platforms that are doing well really vamped up. And also, I really want to be listing more than maybe 10, 15 items a day. I typically do about 10 of my own, and then usually about 5 of Dan's, depending on how much he has for hard goods ready to go. But it's been really, really hard for me to do photographing, do everything else that I do the cross-listing, and do YouTube and all of that on top of keeping up with what I do just around here for our regular house stuff. I just can't do it. And we have had consistent sales the last few months, but I'd like to really get more sales going. But in order for me to be listing between 25 I'd like to get up to 25 listings a day. So for me, I'm listing anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe even 20 listings just for me, and then doing like 5 of Dan's listings. In order for that to happen, I need to be listing on just one platform and focusing on the details of that one platform. And so what I decided, instead of just one platform, doing 2 platforms. And the reason why I'm doing 2 platforms, I picked Mercari and I picked eBay. I picked eBay partially because my eBay business is growing. The more I list on eBay and the more I tweak and add the detail on eBay, the more sales that I do make. So I really, really want to get that going even better. I have already established really well on Mercari, even over Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace. My feedback, my selling on Mercari, my sell-through rate, my reliability on Mercari is just really solidified right now. I've got a really great solid base there, and it's easy for me to list there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to list on Mercari because it's easy for me to do that, and I'm going to be listing more on eBay. So my plan is to be listing between 25 to 30 pieces on eBay and Mercari. eBay and Mercari. For now, until I decide differently, I'm still going to use Vendoo because I still want to delist and relist every day on Mercari because that makes a big difference in sales. And I will continue to take items that are near ending on eBay and do what I do by relisting those items and creating a whole new thing. But on Vendoo, it's easy for me to just delist and relist, and it doesn't cost me that much right now to do that through Vendoo. Because I am taking Poshmark off the plate for the time being, I have eliminated the Posha VA because I don't need that anymore right now. So I've canceled that for the time being. And what else? Okay, so with Poshmark, one of the reasons why I'm going to take Poshmark off the plate is there are still issues with the algorithm. And I do still make Poshmark sales, but I'm lucky if I make 1 or 2 or 3 every few days. There have been days where I make a couple, 2 or 3 in one day, which is really sparse. But the cost to have the Posha VA and just the fact that I'm not making nearly as many sales on there, and the fact that they take 20% is a big factor for me. Dan has an issue with that too. 20% I think honestly is just high. Now I know that they do the whole thing where if you have an issue with the customer and you need to do a return, they take care of the return thing for you. For me, that's not a big deal on my other platforms. My buyer just pays for the return on eBay. It has not been an issue for them to return the item and pay for their own shipping. I just have not run into a problem with it. So for me to do that, pay the 20% plus the fact that it's just a flat shipping rate. I really like the fact that on Poshmark or on Mercari and eBay, the shipping is determined by the weight, not just a flat shipping rate. I really like that for my customers because that way, if I have a customer that has something that's small going out, they're not paying a huge shipping fee for something large going out. It's based on their criteria, literally on the item that they're purchasing. For Vinted, it's nice because they don't charge you a fee, but I have been having, trying to put everything on there on a different site and all that. I'm just not getting as many sales through there as I would like. Plus, things sell at a smaller price bracket on there, and I really would like to just really vamp up eBay and Mercari. So Vinted was just because of that. Depop, I have been having still issues with people spamming me on Depop, and the fact that I only sell pieces on there sporadically, very similarly to like Vinted and also Facebook Marketplace. So with Depop, for the time being, I'm just going to kind of put that off to the side and not worry about them. Facebook Marketplace, I've also been having issues with people supposedly getting into my account. I'm having to redo my password every few weeks, saying that somebody has accessed my account. Now, I know there are issues on Facebook, period, where people jacking into people's accounts. I know because I've had that happen with people that I know of that are friends of mine on Facebook, even though I'm not on Facebook. I've only used Marketplace. I'm just never on Facebook. I don't have time for it. I don't have time to scroll. It's just not a priority for me. But my Facebook Marketplace account has been getting hacked. And I'm honestly getting tired of having to go in there, even though it's only 5%, redoing it, doing the cross-posting and all that. So for the time being, I've decided to put that on hold and literally just focus on eBay and Mercari. So that's kind of why I'm doing that. eBay, they only charge 13%. My Mercari only charges 13%, and it's easy for me to list. When I relist and end listings on eBay, I get more sales. So my goal is to get to the point where we are listing 25 to 30 listings a day. So I'm going to have to vamp up more stock too, which I've been doing. And our goal is to be getting to the point where we're selling, 15, 20 pieces a day, minimum 10 items a day. But I can't do that if I can't vamp up my numbers to list. So our goal is to pull back on the platforms that we're using, focus mainly on eBay and Mercari because they're solidified accounts. They've already got great ratings. They're doing really well. And when I do the delisting and relisting the items, it bumps things up and causes more sales. I'm going to focus on those two platforms for the time being. And also, I think we're going to focus on some of our items, bringing the amount down that we're asking for just a little bit, because we're happy if we double our money on an item. And I'd rather sell more items at double or maybe double and a half on our cost of goods than trying to get 3 or 4 times more and not trying to sell an item. Does that make sense? So if you bring the item down in cost that you're asking for and you sell more items, you're making more money because you're only asking for maybe double and a half of your COG versus 3 or 4 times more for your COG and not selling as many pieces. So we're going to approach this. We've got fourth quarter coming up. We really want to have a great fourth quarter with Christmas and just really vamp up the number of sales we have, the amount of sales that we make. So we're going to make some changes effective today. I've already taken all my Poshmark stuff and put it on hold last night, so I'm no longer doing that. I started as of last night only delisting and relisting on Mercari, and again, I will be working on putting up at least 25 listings today, focusing specifically only on eBay and Mercari. And on eBay, since I was trying to list only cross-listed so many different platforms, on eBay, I wasn't really doing the detail in the listings. You know how you can do the detail on your items to get more eyes on them? I am going to focus more on doing that more because I do think that that makes a difference. When you look at your listings on eBay as a reseller, it actually shows you the amount of clicks or people that might be looking at this specificity on the item to maybe have more of a sale. And there's a few things in there as far as details that I have not been filling out that could possibly actually encourage more sales. So I am going to take the time to do that on my listings to hopefully encourage more sales on eBay also. I think it's worth it on that one platform to do that since I'm not listing on all the other platforms. And again, when I go back into doing that, it doesn't take that long on that one platform. So that is kind of our update on why we are no longer going to be selling on Poshmark. Right now, for the time being, we're putting it on hold. On hold on Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, Depop, and Vinted. We're only going to be selling on Mercari and eBay. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing. I am going to be doing a small what sold because we have had some good sales this last week that I wanted to share with you. So stay tuned for that in just a moment. Hey everybody, so this is the what sold part of it, but let me kind of pause for a moment. I didn't, on the previous part where I was explaining about what we're doing with our platforms and YouTube, I didn't really have a chance to go into it. I told you I want to expand YouTube out, really focus on YouTube. What I mean by that is I want to be putting up a minimum of 2 videos for sure, possibly 3 videos a week to really vamp up YouTube, get more content out there that helps you and is a blessing to you. And so that's kind of what I would like to do with that. Now for what sold. We've had some great sales this last week and a half. We did have a few slow days and then it picked up. But even during those few slow days, we had a couple sales that were just fantastic prices. So I'm going to go through and give you some screenshots here to show you what has sold in the last few weeks. I haven't been doing a lot of what sold specifically just in videos because I don't want the videos sometimes just be focused on what sold. I find that it's just a nice little small addition to other videos just because I don't want to be putting up 30 what solds and bore you with what solds. I just want to show you some basic great pieces that have sold so it's not boring to you seeing what sold for 20 minutes of hey, this is this. So we've got I got 8 pieces here, great pieces that sold. A couple of them sold for great prices, so let me get right to it. This Eddie Bauer women's jacket was in the, not the last denim unboxing that I had, but 2 times ago before our vacation. Those pieces worked out to be about $1.35 a piece. So great cog on that. And it was on Poshmark, and I got an offer for that. It was listed for $25, and I think they took an offer of $20. So it sold for $20. So great sale. These Page Vertigo jeans. This was a great one, again, through the thread-up denim box. So these were like $1.35 or $1 in one of those boxes. And these were listed for $50. An offer went out for $42, and the gal took it. So these sold for $42. Great, great sale, great piece. Okay, these men's Angelo Rossi pants. Again, we're through a men's thread-up box. So they were $4. And they sold for $20. I believe I probably had listed for $25, and they sold for $20. So great on that. This next piece was fantastic piece. We were out sourcing at garage sales, picked up some hats, because I'm definitely picking up more hats. They're selling for great profit, whether they're $15, $10, or $20. I usually pay about $1 for a hat, so no matter what I sell them for, they're great profit. This one in particular, it was listed, I'm not sure which one, I think it was Macari. The person purchased outright on Macari for $25, paid $1 for this, so great profit on that piece. And I told you I had been doing some whiteout auctions, and I did a men's auction, had some great pieces in there, sold 1 piece, but quite a few of the pieces that I actually had in some of those auctions that didn't sell have actually sold on my platform since then. This was one of those I'm really kind of glad I didn't sell in the men's auction, because it was only sold for like $5 or $6. These sold for $40 on eBay, y'all. This is one of the reasons why I'm glad I'm not doing the auctions right now, because my pieces are selling for so much better on the platforms and making better money, getting better prices for the pieces, and they're going out to great homes. So again, Simon Miller, they were $1.22 in a thread-up denim box. Got $40 for those. That I've already paid for that box, so that's an extra $40 pure profit. That's just fantastic. And now obviously there were eBay fees for that, so I probably made like $35 or something on those. So again, still per profit on a box that's already paid for itself. Okay, this Norman Rockwell plate, as I've told you before, we have sold quite a few of these Norman Rockwell plates. We picked some more up here this last week and a half at the thrift store. A day after we listed this, it sold full price on eBay for $12. Paid $1.50 for that piece. So very glad we picked those up. 2 more pieces. This Rebel Spirit men's t-shirt I did pick up at a garage sale. Paid $3 for this piece. And it was on Macari, listed at $25. I did list this higher than $15 because all the comps were showing me that it could list for about $25. So I went ahead and listed it for $25 to see what it would do. Literally that day or the next morning, I received an offer for $19 for a $3 item, absolutely 100%. So I took his offer of $19, and that shipped out that day. These American Eagle jeans, I had an unusual situation with these. I picked these up at the thrift store months ago for probably like $4.75. The jeans at my thrift store are not that expensive. I typically pay maybe $4.75 for jeans at all my thrift stores. If I pay $5.75 is unusual. Most of them are around $4.75, which is a great price for jeans these days at thrift stores. These have been in here for a while. I had a gal message me on Macari. She wanted to purchase them outright for $25, but she wanted me to ship UPS, and she realized she was out of town, so she wanted me to ship till Wednesday. This is Saturday. Now, y'all, I always ship either same or next day. It's typically next day right now, just because if something sells like in that morning and we're getting things ready, we'll go ahead and ship it out. But we don't do shipping in the afternoon anymore. We do it first thing in the morning because we have forgotten in the past to take packages down. We don't want to do that. So I take packages down first thing now. So if something sells the rest of that day, it just goes out the very next morning. So, but these, she wanted me to wait to ship till Wednesday. She purchased these on Saturday. I never wait that long to ship anything. And you can't really go into Mercari, let them know, hey, the customer wants me to ship Wednesday. I did get a couple notifications from Mercari, please ship this item. But I wanted to be honorable to my customer and make sure I ship when she requested. She doesn't know that Mercari requests that you wait or that you ship within, 1 to 3 days. And honestly, I don't think it's kosher to say, hey, they want me to ship this right away. It was no big deal. I've got great standing with Mercari as a seller. So for me to wait a few days to ship something, and if it gives me a ding, it gives me a ding. I'm not worried. I want to make sure my customer got her product when she needed it. So that went out today, UPS. We drove it out and sent that off UPS because we don't have a local UPS. So that went out today. It's Wednesday. So I'm very glad to give those to her on the day that she requested. So those sold for $25. Great profit on those again. So there's just a few pieces, 8 pieces out of the many that we did sell that I wanted to let you know we did have some great sales. I didn't get as many listings up today. I got about 15 done, but we've been doing some prep work in our yard for some things that are going on in our house here. So I was out kind of working on that, plus some other things this morning. So I didn't get as much time to put drafts together today as I'd hoped. Plus I wanted to get this video out to y'all. So I did some recording this morning, doing the recording for this now, and I will work to get this up tonight, if not first thing tomorrow morning. So tomorrow I'm going to push really hard to get at least 20 listings done on top of the ones that I get from Dan. So hopefully we'll get 25 up tomorrow. Super excited about these changes, y'all. I'm excited about getting more YouTube videos up for y'all. Again, I hope you guys had a great beginning of your week. This is Wednesday, like I said already. I can't believe it's halfway through the week. Our days go so fast here, but I'm going to let you all go so this video isn't too long. And guys, until next time, we'll see you then.